Crunch with Crunch Berries, right? So we bought them, and I loved those little suckers so much. My mother, I made her so angry. You know what I used to do? I used to pour the cereal out in a big bowl and eat all of the Crunch Berries and then put it back in the box. And my mother would be like, Victor Joseph!
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, when your mother uses your middle name, you know she's mad, right? Victor Joseph,
My grandmother says my name.
don't eat all the Crunch Berries. Because then I didn't want to eat the rest of it, right? But then I ultimately fell in love with the whole thing. But I hated putting milk on the cereal because it made it soggy. I liked it crunchy. So I thought, okay, I have one of two options here. Either I put milk on it and eat it super quick before it gets soggy, or I just get a dry bowl of cereal and a glass of milk. And then I take a spoon of crunchy cereal, throw it in, and then I chase it with some milk. So it's crunchy I mix it all in my mouth. It's amazing.
So that's why Edward Elwood don't like milk.
Exactly. No, I love milk. I don't know what Ed's problem is. I love milk. But yes, those are my favorite cereals right now. Which reminds me, you guys, have you ever had bubble tea, like boba, with the little tapioca balls in it? Have you ever had taro? Holy moly. It tastes so good. Next time you go to a bubble tea place, get taro, and you know what it tastes like? Tastes like the milk that's left over from Count Chocula. That's what reminded me. It's so great. I'm trying to mix it up here. Yes. No, 1 second. Lady in front of you. You'll be next. Yes. You're Jesse, right? Isn't that crazy? I still remember his name.
Holy crap.
Haven't lost it yet. Yes. Yes, Rampo. Yes, from Bungo, Stray Dogs. Yes. I loved it. I actually have, oh, by the way, when you guys come over to see me, you're going to see a lot of pictures on the table. I didn't have enough space to put them all out. But I have pictures from a lot of different characters, including Junpei from Persona, Rampo, Naruto, Full Metal Panic, Tsubasa, a lot of them. So yes, I loved Rampo so much.
Yo, we need to look out for Masubu though.
Right? Yes, sir. Wait, Jesse's next.
This would be a weird question.
Jesse has a friend. Right? Lately something happened, it's hard to define. Jesse's got himself a girl and I want to make her mine. Yeah, she's touching it with... sorry. Sorry. Yes.
So you've done plays and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Weird question, but I just don't know. You get paid for something. I get paid every 2 weeks. How does payment work for you?
You get paid? Wait a minute. You get paid to do it?
People typically do movies, they do shows, they do... Is it a different way? Do you get it all at once? Do you get...
There are hundreds, there are as many different ways that people pay or compensate as there are stars in the sky. I'll tell you a little secret, you guys. There are very few things I've done in my life, jobs, just to make money. You know, I always look for things that I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Voice acting was so much fun that like I would get a check 2 months later and I forgot all about it. Like they probably wouldn't have had to pay me because I would have forgotten because I just loved doing it. You know, I would go in and I would do it. I wouldn't like hold on to my, little invoices and, oh, you didn't pay me for that. You know, I didn't even know. I just went in and recorded, and then every couple of months you'd get a check. You're like, oh, look, money. I didn't really ever pay much attention to it. But there are all different ways. Sometimes it happens right away. Sometimes in 2 weeks. Sometimes 30 to 60 days. Sometimes they give you butter tarts. Maybe Tim Horton double. That's your payment. Now voice act. I'm gonna make a sign. Will voice act for food.
I'm making it tonight.
Yes, my beautiful commoner.
How would you feel if I gave you a lifetime of debt?
How would I feel if you gave me a lifetime of what?
Debt.
Why?
Oh, I would not feel good. That is not a pleasurable idea. Kyoya. Yes, my dear.
Do it.
Chill.
Going back to Star Trek continues.
Yes, we can talk about Star Trek as much as you want. Pardon me? Will there be more? Doubtful. A few years ago, CBS put some guidelines in place of what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do with fan films. And suffice it to say, we violated pretty much every one of the guidelines. You can't have professionals, we were professionals. You can't use SAG actors, we were SAG actors. You can't use anybody that's been a part of official Star Trek. I was in Star Trek Online. John Delancey was kind of in Star Trek. You know what I mean? You couldn't do anything more than 15 minutes. Our episodes are an hour. I mean, but here's what happened. When they put these in place, CBS could have called me and said, you're done. Don't make any more or we'll sue you. They had every right. They own Star Trek. But that's not what they said. They called me and they said, how quickly can you wrap it up? Because they knew that we wanted to finish the series. And they said, well, how many episodes were you planning on doing? And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe 13, 15? And this lawyer said, yeah, try to do it less.
Oh, man.
So I thought the worst thing that could happen would be not to finish. Because no one's ever done that. Do you realize that Star Trek is probably the most iconic show in television history? We're still talking about it, making movies and shows 50-some years later. But it never had an ending. That the original series never had an ending. So what we wanted to do was historical. And so I'm like, okay, we have to finish this at all costs. We have to finish it. So we were able to get 11 done, and we finished the series. So I'm very grateful to CBS, in case they happen to be watching any of these videos. I'm very grateful that they let us finish, but we had to do it quickly and efficiently. I would love to make a feature film. I would love to bring the Star Trek Continues cast back together and make a film like in between, like the motion picture and The Wrath of Khan. Somewhere in there. And I want to do it for the stupidest reason of all time, because I like the maroon uniforms in The Wrath of Khan. I want to wear one of those. Stupidest idea ever, right?
Can you say con?
I can.
Like how?